as ever, with my friend, my pal, my cohort, my other widow twanky. I don't know what else to say. Dwizzle.
My name's Dwiz. Do you like my sock?
I love your socks, Dwiz. They're really cosy. It's not actually, Joe, I thought it'd be a lot colder in here, to be honest. It's not too bad, actually, but yeah, because it's winter, it does get a little bit chilly in here.
Yeah, we're now in the UK, a day 47, I think, in a row of rain.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Basically, every single day this year has rained so far in the UK.
It's biblical.
Yeah, it's wet.
I'm building a ship, and I'm going to house one of every...
Don't go to a certain island near Costa Rica.
I'm not going to Isla Nuba, and that is a big clue. We have watched, well, you know what we've watched because it's on the thing. So, my choice this time round, and I have decided to choose, because I thought we haven't watched what would have been a summer blockbuster, have we, for a bit? I mean, the summer blockbusters we've done have been like The Matrix and... what else have we done?
We haven't done anyone as big as this.
We haven't really, have we?
No.
And so I chose Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park, which ancient really, isn't it? It's like 10, 23...
Go on, you can do it.
23 years old. In 2 years' time, that's going to be celebrating it'll have its 25th anniversary.
What was it, 2003?
It's 92.
That's 30.
90, hang on. Are you sure? 92, 2002, you're right. My God, celebrating its 35, that's ridiculous.
Are you sure it was done in Oh my God, that's incredible.
Oh, have I got 92 right? It can't be 92 then.
It must have been in the 90s. I thought it was 96 or 7, but whatever. Yeah.
So I chose Jurassic Park because for a number of reasons. A, I wanted a big blockbuster film for us to watch, and B, Spielberg is my favourite director.
Is he?
Yeah, he hasn't directed my favourite film, which we all know is Alien, Ridley Scott, but he is my favourite director.
I didn't know that.
Well, you know, he's done, especially growing up as well, he's done so many films that are so versatile. I mean, for every Jurassic Park, you've got a Schindler's List. You know, for every Jaws, you've got Saving Private Ryan. You know, his films are so varied in what he does, and yet the quality of his films are normally top spec. You know, I mean, I know not everybody likes where he went and what he did with Indiana Jones, for example, but the original Indiana Jones, I don't think you can fault. Just knows how to do an entertaining film, whether it's bleak entertainment, like I say, with Schindler's, a film that was an amazing film, but you wouldn't want to watch it twice, or a family summer blockbuster like Jurassic Park. And he just...
Don't forget E.T.
Oh yeah, God! I mean, there's so many.
Not Invasion of the Body Snatchers. What's the one makes the mountain out of mashed
potato? Close Encounters
of the Third Kind, which he's doing a pseudo sequel to this.
Get Out! Is he really?
Did you not know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's doing a pseudo sequel. Yeah,
I'll be up for seeing that.
I think it's out in the fall, in autumn.
I will be well up for seeing that on the big screen.
Okay, we'll go.
Yeah, I mean, Spielberg films. There's not many films that I insist on making sure I see at a cinema.
Right.
But Spielberg's one of those sort of films that I always go and see at a cinema, you know. I mean, Minority Report.
I saw Jurassic Park at the cinema.
Yeah, me too.
It was a proper event.
It was
back then.
A big event.
It was only beaten by maybe Star Wars as like the event that was an occasion.
It was groundbreaking. Knew it was going to be kind of groundbreaking. We could talk about the effects and that in a bit, but just everything about it, wasn't it, really? You know,
it was the hype train. It was so advanced as well. Everyone knew it was like super advanced in terms of presentation, its subject matter.
Well, I mean, now looking back, what we've just watched, it was the first of what is currently 7 films that they've done.
Was there a Jurassic Park 2?
Yeah, there's lots. So you've got Jurassic Park. Right. You've then got Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World.
Oh, yeah, because they've got Monica.
All right, also directed by Spielberg.
Right. Any good?
Yeah, Lost World's really good. And as a sequel, yeah, defo.
That's the one with pterodactyls, isn't it?
The
happy ones, Gavin.
The birds, you mean? I know what a pterodactyl is. It's a. Oh no, that's a pterodactyl. Someone that works down the garage. No, no. I think that's Jurassic. I think that's the third one. The second one, Lost World, is where T-Rex ends up ashore, coming back. They bring it back on the ship at the end. Jurassic Park 3, where they have the big pterodactyl and everything. That's Jurassic Park 3, and then it had a gap, didn't it?
Was that still Spielberg, the third
I don't know. He didn't direct the third one.
So it's all downhill from there. Basically.
Well, the others are okay, but you can't beat what we've just... No. I mean, not for me anyway. No. I don't think you can beat that first one. I mean,
we're not saying anything that isn't common knowledge, but Jurassic Park, the original, is bona fide probably one of the best movies ever made. And it isn't say that about what is basically a summer blockbuster, which you wouldn't really put into the realms of being in like the top 50 best films ever made.
It's got to be in it.
But this one is.
It's got to be in it.
Because it was so cutting edge at the time.
I mean, okay. So when it first came out, I remember most of the hype was around the special effects, the use of CGI and stuff like that. Okay. Which obviously now is going to look a bit, the CGI bits will look a little bit dated. There were a couple of bits that do look very dated, where you've got like quite a lot happening at one time with the CGI, with the stampeding dinos and stuff. But there's still CGI in there to say it was like when it was first developed, when you saw the T-Rex. But when you see the T-Rex full body running and stuff, it still looks fantastic.
The funny thing is, we watched. You've got the original DVD from 30 years ago, which is obviously standard definition, probably bit dusty and a bit scratched up, and it still looked pretty good.
Great.
I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to watch like a 4K restoration of it.
It'd have to be.
Now there must be one for sale.
Yeah, it's got to be.
And I bet it's incredible. But carry on.
Well, what I was going to say was that we kind of, I can remember when it came out, because a lot of the hype was about the effects and stuff, and there wasn't an awful lot of talk about the story. But now that years have gone, more years have gone, and we're not so blown away by the effects as such because we're so used to it all now. You can actually see it more for how well written it is, the script, the story. God, does Spielberg know how to do suspense, right? I mean, he learned that from his trade, from his very first film, Duel, and then Jaws and things like that. But by God, there are moments in that film where the way he's filmed it and the way he does it and the build up is just incredible. And I don't think we really gave that the credit when it first come out, because we were too busy going, oh look, the CGI Brontosaurus. Not just that though, but also a huge shout out to who he's no longer around. He died sadly, but someone that I really, really, really love what he did with film and his effects. And that's the work that Stan Winston did with all the puppetry and stuff like that. Because the puppetry work, it looks phenomenal, and still does. I mean, there were some shots where you can think, okay, well, he's built two puppets of a velociraptor and he's using different effects to do it, and that looks fantastic, and it does. But then there are scenes like with the T-Rex when it's attacking the car, where he's built like a full-scale T-Rex, and he's using a puppet of a T-Rex to do some of the shots. And it's a puppet because it's there. And you just, it's there, and it's great because it's a physical thing on film. What's interesting is, like, I'm going to go too nerdy now, but this is what this is all about though, isn't it? There's another guy who's also another hero of mine in film called Phil Tippett. Okay, have you ever heard of that name?
Not sure.
Okay, so Phil was a stop motion genius who did lots of stop motion effects, because his hero was Ray Harryhausen, who used to do the stop motion for Clash of the Titans and all those sort of films. So Phil Tippett's studios went into stop motion, and he did some big films, and he did some really great stop motion work in films like Dragon Slayer, where he did the dragon Vermithrax in Dragon Slayer. Stop motion, but it looked fantastic. But he also did the stop motion work for, say, the Rancor in Return of the Jedi when you see the Rancor monster and that.
Oh, yeah.
So he's done loads more than that. But he originally was going to be doing stop motion work for the it's on, it's working. I've checked it out.
Okay.
So he was going to do all the stop motion work for the dinosaurs, the dinos.
Right.
And so as well as puppetry for the full body running motion effects, it was originally going to be stop motion, and Phil Tippett was going to do it. And then some guy, I think it was ILM, who did all the stuff, they kind of showed Spielberg an example of what they could do with CGI, and convinced him, yeah, that's the way to go. But you can still see Phil Tippett's examples of what he created with the stop motion, with the full-size dinos and stuff, and for stop motion, it still looks really, really good.
Right, so
know,
on, like, behind the scenes future, you mean you can?
Yeah, if you go on
the,
YouTube, you can totally see what's going on.
I mean, one of the great
that.
things about it is the combination of CGI and puppeteering, and it's the way they've merged them together, and you can't really tell. I mean, you can tell now, but at the time you couldn't really tell which one was which.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, oh my god, that bit's CGI, and then, oh, look at that stupid puppet. The way they merged it together was very, very good.
I mean, the puppet stuff I really, really like. I mean, when the first time you see the puppet stuff is when you see the full scale. Go on, what was it called? The sick one.
Triceratops.
Mr. Dino Wikipedia there. Oh, look at that Triceratops. I was like, bloody Laura, where's he got? Flipping heck. Do you think he saw? All I know. But when you see the full size one, it's sick in a field, isn't it? It's poorly, and they're all around it, leaning on it and interacting with it. It's incredible.
Yeah, it does.
Incredible. And then when you see the puppet work on the T-Rex, part of you thinking that can't be a puppet, it's too huge, but it is. Trust me, it is. Okay, when it switches to CG is when they start getting in stuff or doing big movements.
I didn't even notice. I was just enjoying the film.
Yeah, it's so good. You know?
From a film 1993 for you to not even notice the CGI, I don't know how they did it. I mean, they can't even do it now. This movies now is absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
the standard of it is.
Yeah, you see now, and it's like just cheaply done, or it's a quick fix. Some not, where the film's got money to spend and they'll spend it. I mean, CGI.
Well, I think a lot of the problem nowadays is you'll have CGI, but the CGI will be in a CGI environment as well.
Yeah,
so it looks like you're watching a cartoon, and then the actors are just on a green screen. But in this, they've got the CGI within like, their set.
Yeah.
And you can't barely tell.
I think you hit the nail on the head. The beauty of that is because they've mixed the CGI with the puppetry. Because when you get the puppetry work stuff, and it's there, and they're interacting with it, and it's physical. It's a physical thing the actors are interacting with. To then cut to a CGI scene with the dino is very, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that's why it works so well, because there's a combo.
Yeah. And I just don't know how they managed to do that in 1990.
Incredible, right?
They just didn't have the technology. I don't know.
It's amazing, wasn't it?
I just don't know how they do it. And I always remember all we've been doing is talking about the CGI, because back in the day, like you say, that was the whole thing with this film. Is we've actually brought dinosaurs to life, and so I was like, what do you mean? How can it be any better than whatever we'd seen? And I remember being in the cinema, and the bit where they're driving in the Jeep, and then they notice it because they weren't told what they were going to see. And they're looking at this great direction by Steven Spielberg, and they're like taking their glasses off, and then suddenly the camera switches, and you see a gigantic brontosaurus.
Yeah.
And it did look a bit... Yeah, you could see the CGI now. But in the cinema, I remember all the hairs standing on the back of my neck and everything.
Yeah.
And it looked real to me at that time in the cinema.
It was something seen done on film, right?
Exactly.
So it was another step towards the future of what was going to be.
It's a very surreal experience to see something that doesn't actually exist look real.
Superb. Talking about Spielberg does suspense then. there are certain standout moments, aren't there? Suspense moments in that film, real standout moments. So like, I really like what he did with when the kid's on the electric fence and Elle's switching all, and when all the lights come up, it shows that what she's switching on, but then the camera pans down below what she's doing, so you can see how far down the actual fence switch is. So you now know
and
how
it's quite far down, isn't it?
It is. And he's on there, and you know he's going to come on, but is he going to get off? Isn't he going to go off? And, blah, 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 blah.
And you assume he is going to get off, but then he doesn't.
Doesn't. No.
He wishes cock out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because he dies and he has to be brought back to life. And, I mean, the best, and you know, there's not many films that have got scenes in this that are done as well, but with such a simple context. Is that when the T-Rex, when he's first introduced properly, happens with a glass of water, and you just see the water ripple because of the. That's amazing.
We're back.
Oh no, we've been on all the time. Yeah, yeah.
You can hear the sound on it. Oh, right. That's
genius.
Well, yeah.
Isn't it?
The writing is insane, right? So. Let's get back to writing. So, do you know how long it is?
Really?
Ooh, saved.
That's got to be a little over 2 hours, right?
Felt it.
I mean, we put it on at what, about 12:15? 2:30 finishes. About 2.25 hours.
Even though it's over 2 hours, not a single minute of it is wasted. There's the beats are so perfectly done, and everything's so perfectly laid out and set up. And it's funny because Jurassic Park, everyone's seen the sequels. So this is the first time this concept had ever been presented to an audience, right? So at the start, they have to do a fair amount of, explaining, you know, where the how they managed to get the DNA and you know what are the risks and what's it called? Exposition. Exposition, isn't it?
Yeah.
They had to do quite a lot of that, which now, if you're watching it, you'd be like, all right, get on with it. But back then, it was all completely brand new and original. Yeah. And if you look at it like that, the way they did it with and introducing characters and stuff was absolutely really perfect.
Yeah, kept you interesting.
Can you turn the sound down on this?
Yeah.
Because I can hear us talking in the background.
You?
Yeah. There
yeah. So like. It's kind of like a film of it's kind of like it's not really, but it's kind of like a film of two halves, where you've got your exposition happening in the first half, and then things go wrong, and then you've got all the action stuff then happens in the second half. But like you say, in the first half, that whole build up, you're so interested in the whole concept of what Hammond has done, the characters being introduced. Again, by the time the action starts, again, you are invested in the characters by then.
You care.
And that makes the action even more exciting then, because you do care.
And it's a good job, because once it kicks off, it does not stop.
Once that action starts, that's it. You're on that roller coaster then with them, aren't you?
For the whole thing, yeah.
You know? I mean, God, bloody Ned. If it wasn't for Ned, they'd have actually had quite a successful park.
Because his name Ned.
Yeah, the guy who's going to steal all the stuff, and it's his fault. He switches all the stuff off. But again, it was bound to fail.
Chaos theory, though. That's
bound to fail.
The mathematician was saying. Yeah,
the simple fact that they're going, oh no, they'll never be able to procreate.
Yeah.
But they put this like frog DNA in to fill the gaps, and he finds the eggs. So it was bound. Things were going to go wrong eventually.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, do they go wrong.
They do go very wrong.
And it's quite it's quite dark.
Yeah, what
in places.
Was it a kids' movie?
Well, it must have been a 12 again, that 12A or something like that.
Because it was like,
one guy gets munched while he's sitting on the toilet seat, and the T-Rex literally goes down and crunches him, lifts him up, and actually rags him around.
It's like when the T-Rex start, because it doesn't start off with like, oh, there's a few little, you know, dinosaurs creating some hassle. No, it just starts off with the T-Rex.
Bomb.
And you're like, and it's like, with incredible sound design. Like this massive thing trying to eat these kids, crushing their car. And you're just like, oh my God. It's so intense. And it doesn't happen just for a minute. It's like a 10-minute sequence.
It's a brilliant sequence.
Yeah, of T-Rex just trying to kill them all. and you're in your seat, and you're like, that is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised it was a 12.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson, who I forgot was in that, you know. He's quite calm in that as well, isn't he? He's not like his normal. You know, he's although he smokes a lot, doesn't he? There's a cigarette in his mouth for the entire film.
Yeah.
Which I quite like that scene actually. But yeah, his character goes to switch on the power finally to get everything back online, but doesn't come back. So you don't see his death. No. But what you do see is his arm from obviously where he was attacked, and that's quite gory, you know, for a kid's sort of thing. I mean, you'd think maybe 15 certificate or something, but there's no swearing in it, is there? Just, you know, I mean, look at Jaws. Jaws introduced a new certification, and I think that introduced the 12A, you know. And look how gory that is in places.
12A is adult supervision.
Yeah, that's right. Accompanied 12. You can be 12 or older, but you must. If you're 12 or older, you can go in, but you got to be accompanied by an adult. I mean, look, you know, he decapitated in Jurassic Park. The guy's leg floating down in the water in Jaws and stuff like that. You know, they killed a lot of animals. They killed 2 animals in it too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did actually.
The cow.
Yeah, and the goat.
And the goat. Oh well, such is life. That's what happens with science. Mass-produced dinosaurs. You've got to feed them, and then.
So one thing I really liked about it is
go on.
Was all the sets, like, so you've got Ark, Jurassic Park, and it's got all these big electronically closed gates, security gates, like compounds with like really thick electrical wires going around to create barriers.
Yeah.
And you've got the Jeeps with all the paraphernalia like painted onto them, and they're interestingly enough electric Jeeps, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then you've got the inside where you've got they show you how they're incubating the eggs and all the experiments and stuff. And not once you think that's just a cheap set. You always think that's actually a usable, workable space.
Oh, the sets are great.
And it looks used as well. It doesn't look, even though it hasn't opened to the public yet, it doesn't look like spank brand new. It looks like it's been exposed to the elements.
Yeah, the sets did look fantastic. And the outside sets, which they could have cheapened themselves on a bit, did they? No. Like you say, the bit where the Jeeps are first set off on rails onto the Jurassic Park gates, that are massive and all that sort of stuff. Brilliant.
The level of design and thought that's gone into it to make it look like that's what.
I mean, you forget we were seeing that for the very first time. When you see the Jurassic Park logo now, it's just like, oh, it's Jurassic Park. You just know it straight away because whatever it was, the design of everything, you just know straight away.
Yeah, it's just seeped into culture, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Because it's so good.
Same with John Williams, his music. I mean, I know Spielberg goes to John Williams ever since he scored Jaws. He's scored every single one of Spielberg's films, John Williams has. And rightly so, the guy's a genius, right, with his music. And it's so memorable, isn't it? But like these days, you can do the Jurassic Park song and everybody just knows straight away. Oh, Jurassic Park, you know.
Yeah, and it's got this feeling of like hopeful wonder about what's going to be, what you're going to see in the park, and like the idea of like creation of something new and things. It's like,
what a way to put it, mate. Yeah. I could not have put that any better.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great way.
It did Star Wars as well, didn't it?
Yeah, he did. He did. He's the man's a genius.
He's done everything.
Indiana Jones, obviously. E.T. close now. He scored all of those. But what a guy! I mean, you know, amazing, absolutely incredible. I thought it was funny at one point. We were looking at inside we were looking at the shop, weren't we? They filmed inside the gift shop of Jurassic Park, and you get to see all these lunch boxes and that and so on. It was really kind of meta, wasn't it? Because like, yeah, it's really cool because in actual shots they have all that sort of stuff for sale, didn't they, when the film first come out, and even stuff. But that was quite meta. I thought that was quite funny, really.
Yeah, it was good.
Let's talk about the Velociraptors then, because after the T-Rex scene, you do see the T-Rex a couple more times. Briefly, when there's that sort of like when he's out loose and he's catching one of the other dinosaurs to eat. But then you also see him again, or prior to that, sorry, you see him when they need to escape in the car with Malcolm, and after they go hunting for them and they escape in the Jeep. And there's there's a famous bit in that where and again, this is the genius of Spielberg, really. There's a bit in that where you could have just had the chase scene. It would have been really thrilling and everything anyway. But there's one moment that adds a lot more to it, where the camera goes to the wing mirror of the car. The T-Rex is really close in the wing mirror, but there's that little thing in the wing mirror like we have on our cars, that things appear closer than they seem in the mirror. And it's like just a moment there where you can just get to read that, and it's like that's so good. It's so good, you know. It really is. Yeah, so anyway, so you get all the T-Rex stuff and you think, oh my God, phew. And then you don't really see the T-Rex for it. Then you don't see the T-Rex. That's it. The T-Rex stuff is then done, and you don't really, and you kind of forget a little bit about the T-Rex. He then brings in the peril that you have with once you find out that the Velociraptors are out. Because you don't really worry about Velociraptors for a bit, because there's a moment where in the film when you realise most of the security stuff's gone off, and the guy, I can't remember his name now, the guy that plays the hunter, he's dead now as an actor actually, but he's really good. He's in another one of my favourite films called The Edge of Darkness, but anyway, that's another thing. It's a TV show actually. I digress. He actually says off camera but out loud, he says, because his main concern is the Velociraptors, because he knows how clever they are. Unlike all the others, they're really clever. And he goes, are the Velociraptors' fence still electrified? And the guy goes, yes. And that's it. So you just with that one sentence, you think, okay. And you don't really worry too much about them until you see they have escaped.
They've munched
through because their fence is down. And just that, from that bit onwards, it's then all Velociraptor action, isn't it? So you forget about everything else because now he's got you engulfed in what's happening with these 3 Velociraptors and what's going on, and that's much more fast-paced, close calls and stuff compared to maybe the T-Rex scene, which was all about power and stuff. These Velociraptors and the whole action changes, the way he does all the action all changes.
Because they're hunting you in like they're because there's more than one of them is communicating with each other as well, aren't they?
Yeah,
and they're physically hunting you down like a cat would.
Yeah.
So it's a different vibe, but just as scary.
But what again is really great is the whole setup, because the script sets up your whole idea of how badass these I can't strongly say it, the Velociraptors, right? Yeah. The whole script has already pre-set up how terrifying these animals are, because right at the start of the film, Grant has to explain to that kid who's like, well, they don't look very scary, they just look like a giant turkey. And he's like, oh no. And he goes into that whole still, doesn't he, with the claw in his hand.
Exactly, that's what I was saying about, like, they spend the time to set up the exposition.
Beautiful.
Like now we know about dinosaurs, what they're capable of. But
specifically, and that particular, because I didn't know what a Velociraptor was. Did you? Before I went to see Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Wikipedia. Oh, yeah, because you know what a Triceratops was.
Triceratops.
Yes.
Thank you.
Triceratops.
No, but
you know what I mean, though. It's like all we needed was that little 3-minute bit at the start, which they don't dwell on loads. It's done really well. It's done nice, but we've logged it in our brains, and now we know, right? Yeah. They're in the shit.
And you know what it's also tied in with, or the way they do that, is the fact that he doesn't like children. And that's right from the very beginning of the film all the way through to the end. For basically, like, it's a disaster movie with dinosaurs that are trying to kill everyone, and like there's no reason to have this thread about probably the main character, isn't he? Not wanting children, and yet is whatever is interesting.
Yeah.
And like, there's no real payoff to that or anything, but there's loads of little incidental things that you can see his character development because he's having to try
Look
and
after them,
try and
try and
save
save
up
them,
the
isn't he?
2 grandchildren and stuff.
Yeah, by the end of their personal 24-hour journey, he kind of maybe does. He appreciates more, doesn't he,
Yeah.
about why she might want kids and stuff like that, just by sharing a glance with her in the helicopter.
It's just the depth of writing's really, really insane. I can't imagine how many drafts he had to go through until he nailed all the concepts and the pacing and everything.
No, I must admit, I've read the books.
Mind you,
Michael
it's
Crichton,
Crichton, isn't it?
yeah, I've read
Yeah.
the books, and the books that he wrote two. He wrote Jurassic Park, and then he wrote Lost World.
Right.
All right, so he did the 2 books. I can't remember if he did Lost World prior to the 2 films coming out, or whether he did Lost World as a result of how successful Jurassic Park was. I think he wrote The Lost World as a sequel to his own book before the films came out. Right. But certainly he wrote Jurassic Park, and then the screenplay was done from his book. And I've got to tell you, his book is really good.
Is it?
It's really good. Yeah, his book is excellent. And if you read the book knowing the film, you would think there's not actually that much they've changed.
Really?
Yeah, not much. Even with characters and stuff.
Oh.
So he had something really strong to kind of go with.
Interesting.
But then what he did with it was make it even stronger, you know. I mean, a lot of Spielberg's films have the kid element to them, don't they? You know, E.T., Close Encounter, blah, 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 blah.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, all of that, you know. Yeah. But the good thing with his stuff is that you never normally come out of his films and thinking, God, that would have been a great film if it wasn't for those kids. They were really annoying.
Yeah.
Because then they weren't, were they? and like you say, they had a purpose, didn't they?
Yeah.
And the whole purpose of the kids was not just to be able to use them because of the action and stuff, but also to use them to humanise Dr. Grant a bit and make him realise, well, why I kind of see now why she wants to have children and have a family.
Which wasn't really necessary for
No.
it did make it a richer experience.
It did.
They did also provide some quite little comic relief moments. Yeah.
1, 2, and then he gets pumped. He gets what's live first. He says
the other
3.
dinosaur I remember really liking back in the day is the one that spits. And you only see it once, and it's like pretty intense dinosaur, and it's got those big gills. When it's ready to kill, it's just a normal shaped dinosaur, and then these gills go on the side of its head. Oh. Hey, did some parts of that remind you of Alien?
The bit with the dinosaur going, that one.
Yeah,
that particular scene.
There was that was a bit like it. The bit where they were screwing above on top of the roof, and the dinosaurs trying to jump out
Aliens. That's a bit Aliens-y,
that bit's
wasn't
Aliens.
it? Yeah,
there was a few bits, but I mean, there's bound to be some similarities because they're kind of the same shape and stuff.
Going back to the spitting dinosaur bit, though, again, something that was quite throwaway, but was really important for what happens to the character, is that he loses his glasses when he rolls down from the car. He's like, "Where are my glasses?" Now the thing is, he comes across the dinosaur, which he can't fully see because he hasn't got his glasses. He knows it's not perhaps particularly nice, but he's not overwhelmingly scared at that point. But he can only half see. He hasn't got his glasses. But more importantly, this dinosaur spits, and again, that's already been the exposition of that was given when they drove past the dinosaur paddock for those dinosaurs in the cars, but they never saw them. But the person gives them over the car thing the normal tour information about that particular dinosaur, spits poison, right? Well, he's lost his glasses, hasn't he? Which means when he spits at him, it goes into his eyes. Whereas if he'd had his glasses on, he would have been okay. So he had to lose his glasses for that.
I didn't really think of that at the time. Yeah.
Again, you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing, isn't it?
That's interesting.
I do love that dinosaur, actually. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
The way it just looks at you like.
Because you think
curious.
It's, okay, maybe it's not too bad. It's got teeth and that, but then it suddenly does that, and it's like, fuck!
It's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, terrifying, yeah.
And I was going to ask, it's really important, but he's got the test tube thing that's got all the various DNAs that he's trying to escape with. And when he's struggling to get up, you know, when he dies, stuff up to his car, it falls out of his pocket and rolls down and gets covered in mud.
Yeah.
Simple yes or no, is that the basis for the sequel?
I can't remember.
Right.
It's set on a. Have you never seen Lost World?
I can't remember it though.
Okay, so it's set on a different island, like another island, Isla, whatever, which is another next to the Jurassic Park one. So different island it's set up. I can't remember. Obviously, oh god,
because they seem to make quite a big point of
showing it.
Getting covered in mud and things.
I mean, there must be something about that.
Is the sequel the one where you get there's a mass cornfield and all the velociraptors are like you can see the threads of where?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And you got the two T-Rexes, and you got the baby T-Rex as well, and they're coming up. And Malcolm's in it as well. The guy, Jeff Goldblum's character.
Is it?
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Oh, it sounded great.
I know, all kind of insects and stuff from my right hand here, all crickets and things when I was outside.
And not at the expense of audio. And when the action was really kicking off, I mean, the T-Rex sounded amazing, didn't he? But when the Velociraptors were going to goo noises and stuff,
the clicks and things.
You know, I loved the sound design in that.
Brilliant.
Really, really good. I'm very happy with my choice. That to me is that's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Is it?
Now that I've rewatched it, yeah. I haven't watched that for about 20 years, you know.
No, I haven't.
Maybe, about 20 years, I tell you. It makes me think I'd like to watch The Lost World again, actually, now.
Yeah, I was
you know,
that.
I might want to spin that out at some point. I might watch that tonight, actually.
Have you watched the latest Jurassic Park?
Yeah, I have. And I'm not going to say they're no good or anything like that.
But
they're just not. Well,
we've got some messages.
Have we? Oh, let's have a look.
We don't usually see the messages, do we?
No. Busy skin whacking away.
More practical effects in those days, less reliance on CG from Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what we were saying. Yeah, you know, and that's the thing, isn't it? Like the modern ones, the modern versions, they do rely on CGI. I mean, it's good CGI in the new ones. I won't lie, but no, they don't rely on.
The thing that goes. Is that a puppet?
That's puppet. Yeah, that was puppet. Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah, that was puppet. They tended to only do this CGI when they went full body and they needed movement. So, like in the T-Rex scene, where the T-Rex, you can see the whole of the T-Rex, and he bashes the side of the Jeep with his head and stuff. That's CGI T-Rex, not the Jeep, just the T-Rex.
Is it?
Yeah. But when you see the T-Rex head come down to the van,
the whole of it.
Yeah. When the T-Rex's head comes down, and then she's got the torch, and it goes up to eye.
Yeah, I wanted to remember that because that's like your typical like attention to detail that makes such a difference in filmmaking. So she had the torch, and when the eye comes down, it was like full iris, and then when the torch hits it, it like shrinks up, and it looked real.
Yeah.
So they obviously did that on purpose.
Yeah, they would have done the eye, no doubt, CGI, the iris, but everything else a puppet. And the bit where he comes down the top of the roof to get the kids through the sunroof, and they're pushing him away with their feet, that's puppet. Yeah. That's puppet, you know. And God, it's just the puppetry's amazing. Incredible. Stan Winston's. If you don't know who Stan Winston is, and most people, a lot of people, if you're big film fans, will, but if you don't know who Stan Winston is, Stan Winston Studios was the guy. He was the guy that did the original T-800 in Terminator. Oh. So he did all the stop motion and the puppet effects in Terminator. And then on to then do things and work with him in Aliens.
I know what you mean now, of course.
She did the Alien Queen and whatnot in Aliens and stuff, you know.
I'm surprised we haven't watched Terminator yet, actually.
Yeah, again, it's like, I've got...
We've got a lot of films.
Yeah, we have got a lot of films. My third bedroom is my Terminator room. It's got everything in there, Terminator. So you're right, actually. Although I was thinking, wasn't I, maybe my next choice might be Highlander. No, yeah.
Oh, right.
Highlander or Terminator. But... they're strong films to finish on. What did you think? What's your overall thoughts then on that? Mine's 10 out of 10. I love everything about Jurassic Park.
Well, it feels a bit ridiculous to like give a score like whether you liked it or not, because it's an absolute genuine classic, and it came at a time where it was incredibly influential, and it's in the same realms of, you know, it's one of the royalties of the history of filmmaking and the progression of filmmaking. So. I wonder what people like younger people, say, who have never seen any of the older Jurassic Parks. I wonder what they'd make of it. Whether they'd find all the exposition like a bit laborious.
Yeah,
Whether the lighting and stuff probably isn't as cinematic as what they're used to. I don't know.
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If there's anybody watching this that is a bit younger than us, that has seen the later, has seen the my granddad has seen the newer one. So Fallen World, I think. Jurassic World, Fallen, whatever. If you've seen those and you really like those, have you seen these originals? And if you haven't, watch them. Let us know what you think. Yeah. Or if you have, how do they compare for you? You know?
Yeah, I think someone's left you a message. You must know them. Andy Seals, do you know them?
Oh yeah, Navy. Hey, Navy. Say his name's Andy Seals, but we call him Navy.
Navy Seals. Yeah. He said Henry Cavill reboot of Highlander, and I'll ask Kaz. Hi, Andy.
Hey. Thanks for watching. Cheers, mate. Yeah, he's actually a Navy SEAL.
Henry Cavill?
No, Andy Seal. No. He can make mines. He can make mines out of tin foil and chewing gum.
Hey.
Yeah, he's really good.
Sounds dangerous.
He's a dangerous man. Did you say Kaz as well?
He said, I'll ask.
Kaz, yeah.
Maybe something about, he's waving as well. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, it
would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, extremely good movie. Who would I recommend it to? I'd recommend it to a family.
Yeah.
It'd be good to watch as a family viewing.
Yeah.
Young people, I'd only say watch it if you're interested in where the franchise came from. Because young people in general, and I don't want to put them all in the same box, but like this short attention span thing, I do think is a bit of a problem. Maybe for like 50% of young people because of TikTok and stuff. Yeah. And this film, like, it does take like 50 minutes.
Yeah, like it's a film in two halves, isn't it?
Yeah.
That first half of exposition, which I really like, it builds up to everything. So when the action happens, you're really invested. Would screenwriters now be saying, no, you can't do that now? It's happening sooner than that.
I think they would.
Probably would, actually, to be fair. Like you say, it's the way things move and change. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad... I mean, some of the action films and stuff that I watched where the action starts and never lets off on the word go, they can be really good. Yeah. They can. But how invested am I in the characters, though?
That's the complaint about modern cinema. There isn't much character development, so you don't care as much. But...
That's why I love Aliens so much. Because you, by the time things start to go tits up, you're in with every single person on that ship. But anyway, there you go. So anyway, listen, you're next.
I am.
Got any thoughts as to what we're going to be watching next?
Do you want me to tell you?
Let's have a clue.
It's a sequel to a film we've already watched.
It.
Incorrect.
Okay, another clue.
I say it's a sequel. It's actually part 2 of one of our favourite movies that we've ever watched as part of the podcast.
Aliens.
No, that's not part 2. That's a sequel. And we watched it when I had my old cinema room in the garage.
And we're going to watch part 2.
Yeah.
And it's not It.
It is It. Why is It part 2?
Yeah, it's 2 films, It.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not It. And I think we both gave it 10 out of 10.
It?
Yeah.
It's a 10 out of 10 film, and this is part 2 of the film.
Yeah.
So we've only seen half of it. Dune.
Dune?
Dune.
We haven't watched Dune. We've already watched it as part of the podcast.
Oh, God. What?
Shall I give you a colour?
Yes.
Yellow. Come on, you're going to kick yourself.
Hang on. Yellow.
Yeah. And I'll...
Bill.
Yes! Because on Disney, they've just released 4K restoration of Kill Bill 2.
So we can watch it in 4K?
Yeah.
All right. So stay tuned, everybody. Couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Kill Bill 2.
Yeah.
On. Bloody love that film.
But absolutely love it.
All right. Now, it's going to take to his probably a few seconds to work out what button to press to end this.
It always does.
So I'm going to just like do this now.
Man caves,
And margaritas. Man
Chris and
caves,
Gavin, about the favourite features.
films.
Subscribe.